This incident could have ended badly for Dmitry Bivol.
No, it's a stoppage.
Mind-blowing fight. On March 4th, 2018 in New York, Dmitry Bivol faced one of the most crucial fights of his career against the powerful Cuban Sullivan Barrera, who entered the ring with an impressive record of 22 wins, 14 by knockout, and only one loss. This night, Bivol wasn't just defending his world championship title. He was also out to prove whether he truly belonged among boxing's elite. Bivol had become a world champion, albeit interim, in just his 7th professional fight. To put that in perspective, Gennady Golovkin needed 18 fights. Anthony Joshua became a champion in his 16th bout, and even Alexander Usyk, who won his first title faster than Evander Holyfield, did it in his 10th professional fight. But numbers can be deceiving. According to the prestigious boxing website BoxRec.com, Bivol was ranked 12th among light heavyweights before the bout, while Barrera was in 4th place, with formidable opponents like Adonis Stevenson, Sergey Kovalev, and Badou Jack ahead of him. This match was a true test for Bivol, who needed a significant win on his resume. Though Barrera wasn't a superstar, he was a highly skilled boxer. The only person to have defeated and outboxed Barrera was Andre Ward, a testament to Barrera's caliber. With 14 of his 22 wins coming by knockout, Barrera was a dangerous opponent. This encounter would determine Bivol's future in the light heavyweight division.
Test Bivol and find out what Bivol.
From the start, both fighters displayed excellent technique and strategy. Bivol controlled the center of the ring with his jab, while Barrera looked for counter-attacking opportunities. The first round was a feeling-out process, with each trying to gauge the other's weaknesses.
But, Max, as we get ready, I can understand why you want to avoid the early contact.
And you're the bigger puncher. Doesn't mean there aren't things your opponent can do with timing. And using
round one, you're going to be leading us into a picture of the division, where the divisional Barrera lived on La Pica for several years.
He can get down to work after he gets out of that.
Better than any opponent Bivol has seen.
Finding out what happened
is still, after all these years, not back to control the entire rest of the fight.
Let's see where he's been dropped twice in recent fights.
Right now, avoiding top competition. Makes a lot of sense. The only difference being Bivol is dangerous in 2, and that may play in his favor. Here's Adonis Stevenson, a guy who has been more or less hiding in Montreal. Sergey Kovalev is considerably more prominent.
In the second round, an unfortunate incident altered the fight's dynamics. Bivol suffered a cut above his right eye, drawing the referee's attention. Despite the efforts of his cut man, Dmitry Luchnikov, the injury remained a concern throughout the fight.
That had to be about styles. 12. Barrera has a title belt.
Yeah, no one's scared in there.
No. 2 just outside his right eye.
Where did I see a headbutt?
The referee didn't declare the headbutt, so it must have been a punch.
13. And Bivol facing a certain kind of
Professionals going at it.
But the one who
Bivol seems to be, I agree, Roy.
Bivol is averaging 9 landed jabs. Round 2.
This clash of heads continuing to happen. 2 orthodox fighters.
Appears to be holding his game together coherently. Is the second.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Was less.
Guys, did anyone see what caused that punch?
Both guys are thinking high offense. You get 2 guys thinking high offense like that, the heads will come together.
Offense here in this round. Already.
Foot fighter, so I think he's a little bit more diverse than
A fighter that he's been in with before and trying to take over the fight with his skill. And now,
for the first time on our air.
And he's landing since the moment.
Well, if we're looking for weaknesses in Bivol, he's not just kind of yielding, giving it.
Blood flowing again.
all power, our head, shoulders, everything is coming forward.
And now a sense of urgency may emerge for Bivol as blood
He's counterpunching, son. I love the counterpunching I'm seeing from Bivol.
He cuts easily. I didn't see what caused that. I didn't see Barrera landing a responsible boxer puncher.
again from the cut outside the right eye.
The first half of the match was closely contested, making it challenging for the judges. Rounds 3 to 6 could have gone either way. Bivol moved more and threw more punches, but didn't always land with precision. Barrera used his reach to keep Bivol at bay, occasionally finding his range to counter effectively. The bout was far tougher for Bivol than many anticipated.
Right, and if the fight is stopped because of the cut, Bivol should not be incurring a loss because the cut is not the product of a punch. By the way, in the first 2 rounds, Bivol is averaging 9 landed jabs per round. The division average is under 5 landed jabs. Free combination by Bivol. Wow. Blood flowing again from the cut outside the right eye. So we get a really good look at Bivol facing a certain kind of adversity, fighting against a better fighter than he's been in with before.
Because both guys are putting a lot into every punch. So when they come with a punch, they bring all power, head, shoulders, everything is coming forward.
Yeah, no one's scared in there.
No. Two true professionals going at it.
But the one who appears to be holding his game together coherently is Dmitry Bivol, who is throwing and landing combinations.
You've made the point often, Jim. What separates fighters on the world-class level is speed. You know, who has the speed to compete at the elite level, and Bivol is quicker.
Less than 10 seconds to go in round number 3. Bivol has put forth a lot of offense here in this round. Already. And just to get a look, just to size him up.
The better technician and lands with more pop, so an excuse a bit in boxing is just the way it works.
To it before he left the corner.
That was a good body shot.
Got the worst of, but not enough to draw blood. Had good things to say as well. As always, our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman. Harold, how do you have
Exchanges, he's extremely dangerous as Barrera tries to ward him off.
Because Bivol is so much quicker than him, he's going a body attack when he's not doing that.
When one fighter has a clear-cut advantage.
straight right hand lead over the top by Dmitry Bivol.
Head. If you went to the body some, he could make a difference in his
But
fight.
at least gives him a chance to win.
And that's what the body shot would do if he could do it, and it's over with. Like that. He said, boom, 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 and it's over with. No wasted time. Wasted time.
Position to obscure his vision. He's in with a determined
He
foot.
lands both shots. He lands the left jab. He lands the straight right
He lands a left hook. Staying in there, sturdy, handling big punches.
If you throw at his head, he's still like that right there.
Point. Let's see if Barrera will think of it.
Very discouraging for Barrera because he can't land a punch on it.
Within the pass, under control. He lands another left hook that wobbles Barrera. The question is, how can he win a round against a guy
Getting hit with the speed punches anyway, you may as well get something out of it.
and a butt that Barrera got the worst of. That's a straight fight. Somehow, 6 punches per round in his last 5 fights. He was averaging 16 punches.
The next day, Roy, he wakes up and knows he was in a real fight.
No, they've all been walkovers by and large.
Fight extremely well. But Bivol, you see, has a very good right hook upstairs.
Bivol throws a good here and there, but their punches for the most part are about even.
Barrera, how would he construct a knockout?
Well, winning the decision, right now I'm looking at how bad does Barrera want it. Because if he wants it bad enough.
When it looks like the exchange is over, Barrera gives him something to think about.
In terms of landed punches countered by CompuBox.
Dedicate these next few rounds to the body, then try to come up and land something big on the top.
Another attempted by some answers now as round 6 progresses.
Bivol,
Good shot.
Right hand shot by Bivol.
Sitting ducks or still targets. When you fight a guy like Bivol, Bivol has lost a lot of steam on his punches right now too, it seems, Max. On some of them, not all of them.
6-0. 60-54 Dmitry Bivol.
He holds it together. He is a very compact weapon.
Still going forward, trying to get into position.
He uses his feet to gauge his distance very well. He also has quick hands along with him. Good body shot.
Now this time Barrera gets the right hand through the
He's a little fatigued right now. That right hand's
Well, I mean, it's all Dmitry Bivol. If you watch the
issues. Like that right hand right there. And then the feet, got him out of position to be countered.
Lomachenko right now, I think, is the best example of a guy who
Because of the body shots, you feel me?
So Barrera finding.
That's why.
Ball lands the straight right again.
there's a little given Barrera.
Hand to the body there moments ago.
Midway through, he also developed a hematoma on his face, possibly from a punch or a head clash. By the 8th round, Barrera started to slow down. Bivol struggled to capitalize due to Barrera's long reach, but near the round's end, he landed a decisive blow, putting Barrera in survival mode. Although Barrera weathered the storm, Bivol couldn't quite finish him off.
Yes, it's not together like this, with the velocity and the style and the effect
That they're using it because it's being embarrassed in a way.
Exactly. Light heavyweight division. Sullivan Barrera has a pretty good jab. How big a problem is against Evander Holyfield?
He doesn't look like a hammerhead shark yet.
Past the 8th round only a few times.
Earlier in the round, Roy landed a real jabbing kind of right hand
For Bivol. Headbutt again.
That was a good try for a good right hand to the
Hard
body.
right hand to the body.
Bivol also keeps his hands up very high, and he has quick hands.
being tested physically in a way.
And all this.
And
We're
we're
also
also
by the younger, faster, seemingly better fighter. It may change as he appears to try to get just a little breather.
So, man.
yes, I would. It looks like it was caused by a headbutt.
So usually when a guy has quick hands and keeps his hands high like that, it's very difficult to land a jab.
Language suggested that the fighter who got the worst of that headbutt, that equation. Bivol, again, tripling Barrera in terms Bivol had to react.
Oh,
And now he comes back with a hard right hand of his own. Throws it
in
again.
a fight last night. Good jab. Jim, I can't feel too bad either, though.
Max Kellerman correct in saying that the round in his last several fights.
I like that, Jim.
The left and the right hand in the first few rounds.
The 10th round was one of Bivol's best. Despite the growing hematoma, he made Barrera miss, moved excellently, and clearly won the round. In the 11th, Bivol rested initially, but looked stronger in the latter part, winning exchanges and frustrating Barrera's corner.
Sense modestly, Max, but at the end of the day, you walk out of the room.
Well, based on this performance, more than
Bivol's physical qualities, the speed, the quickness, the punching power, an extra layer of confidence.
Yeah, that adds an extra layer of confidence because now you know it. I just think that's kind of who Barrera is. And when say punches right there,
but you know he's confident. And he's really, in other words, Bivol seems to me to still be developing.
He didn't try to tell Andre that he had enough to beat him.
Not boxing him, and you sort of punch that numbers with your.
in a big fight that you can handle that, that's not something that you've never seen before. So yeah,
Maybe Bivol should throw more to the body.
Barrera.
A couple of good moments for Barrera
good
there.
body shot.
This is the kind of developmental fight and the kind of fight where we are getting some answers from Bivol. There's still room for improvement, but
Oh, good body shot.
well, the body shot fights are important no matter how good a prospect looks. I think, Roy, you're right about staying that sharp. He's boxing well.
Because he's gotten 3 pretty vicious headbutts already. So why would you stick your head down up?
And then a stiff jab up the middle, and there's another stiff jab up the middle.
He would have been more impressive to many in terms of developing a prospect.
Staying strong and staying sharp as he was in round 1.
6 or 7, he went from boxer puncher who might not.
Exactly. You win the fight very big with headshots. Why?
Bivol is 27 years old. Long
Right
amateur.
now you see in round 6, 7, and 8, he slowed just a little. Yes.
A little less dangerous with the shots.
Yes.
Especially since the first 2 I felt were really purely accidental.
268 wins and 15 losses as an amateur. Shot by Bivol.
Yes.
Perfectly timed. Right in the
I just think that's just how Barrera fights, though. I don't think he was trying to, like you say, I don't think it was on purpose. I just think that's kind of who Barrera is. And when say punches like that, he brings his head.
stiff jab up the middle, and there's another stiff jab up the middle by Dmitry Bivol. Bivol is 27 years old. Long amateur career in Russia. 268 wins and 15 losses as an amateur. Very focused on becoming a professional star in the United States. He presents modestly, Max, But at the end of the day, you walk out of the room and there's no question what he thinks. He thinks he's a star.
Yeah, and he has a charming personality, and he shows humility, but you know he's confident. And he's really, this is the kind of developmental fight and the kind of fight where we are getting some answers from Bivol. And he looks like the more impressive to many in obvious ways, and he just blown Barrera out. But we know less about him.
He was immodest enough to tell Andre Ward when Ward visited his training camp.
In other words, that goal seems to me to still be developing.
He didn't try to tell Andre that he had enough to beat him right now.
Right. But, you know, the way he's looked until now, you thought he was already all the way there. And this fight is giving us some answers. There's still room for improvement. But
Good body shot.
what a body shot by Bivol.
Yes.
Perfectly timed.
In the 12th round, Bivol finally connected with a powerful combination. A left jab followed by a right hand struck Barrera's chin, sending him to the canvas. Though Barrera rose before the count of 10, he appeared dazed, prompting the referee to stop the fight. It was a hard-fought, bloody, but ultimately convincing victory for Bivol.
As the top of the amateur boxing world.
it also tells you want to see more American champions, we have to get our amateur.
Down goes Barrera, and you can see Bivol thinking to himself, I still have a shot at a knockout. You can just see it in his face. Can Barrera get up? Is Harvey Doc going to let him continue? No. It's a stoppage.
Forehead and the cut on his right eye and lands the knockout punch. Closes the show.
Well, I think I said to you, Roy, earlier in the round, he's still looking for the knockout.
Yes, he
and
was.
He got it.
He was still looking for the knockout with that right hand. And I told you earlier when you said that maybe he went back into boxing mode. No, when he sees the opportunity, he goes at it with authority, just like he did right here. So if he sees an opportunity, he still was trying to get a knockout, and he finally got it.
We don't even have to find out what the official scores were. You know, at some point we will know, but Dmitry Bivol makes it immaterial with that right hand down the pipe that landed on the temple of Sullivan Barrera and put him away.
A disciplined, athletic boxer puncher putting his whole thing on display and stopping him.
The winner and still undefeated, still the WBA light heavyweight champion of the world.